They'll start on the ground here on first down. They find some open field here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down. The Bucs at 10-3 on the year. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. Touchdown. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield. Extra point safely through, and that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff, and here we go. It's in the air. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run. But I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run. One that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And this is Simpson with a catch. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get them 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correct.
And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, But what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Rowe. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. Kicking into a headwind here in the 2nd quarter. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, Marvin. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Charger drive about to get going. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. And he loses the football a 2nd time. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. strike quickly to add on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Looking sideline, and he's going to have his man as he was able to walk the tightrope there for the completion. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ike's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
Well, those guys out of the backfield, they got to be good, agile with their feet. He showed the agility there with a toe tap.
No doubt about it. It's like he'd run to ballet school. Got the toes down and stayed in bounds.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. An excellent gain, 35 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
They're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring them down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump-off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
He'll try again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And not only will he not get the few inches he needs, he's going to go backwards. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. They tackle him at the 2. The run is turned away on 4th and goal from the 2. And the Bucs defense, they'll celebrate the goal line stand. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, not a game that you're going to go crazy about, but when you start at your own 2-yard line, any type of space is good for the offensive guys.
Yeah, you just can't go backwards from here. They did it. Now we'll see if they can keep it on schedule here on 2nd down. 4 yards on the pickup there, as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And they will get the first down here as they move into field goal range as well, inside the 25.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Chargers going to get the football first here in this second half, and they trail as we get back underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going.
And we'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. That is caught. It's Williams.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 37 yards. Now look, you're not going to be able to get this all back at once, but that certainly helps.
So you're saying 3 yards in the cloud of dust, not the strategy?
I go aerial attack.
Yeah, I think that's what has to happen. And if you're going to run it, you need to break off big chunks. We just saw a big play right there. They need plenty of those.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs 28. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there.
His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Carlson able to put this one through. So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best of the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types.
And the ball is knocked out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Charger drive about to get going. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. And this series could very well determine our outcome.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
51 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Right back to him on first down. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
On second down, here's Herbert. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 36. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Herbert. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 12-yard line. Nice 3rd down conversion and even 20 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Justin Herbert
keeping it himself from 7 yards out.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
A bit of an opening there on the first down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4.
Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now a throw here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
2nd and 6. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4. A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Rowe. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that'll bring up 2nd down. On play action, they'll throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Oh, what a nice tackle there. That will hardly move the needle at all offensively. A very short gain. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
The Charger drive about to get going.
And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Herbert.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going, because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Charles, you think back to halftime, they had the big lead. They were in control of this game. They lost that lead. But ultimately right now, with the ball in overtime, a chance to win this thing.
And you know each guy's telling his teammate, just let it go. Don't worry about it. We're starting fresh right here. What happened before does not matter. What happens right now and going forward, that's what matters. Let's find a way to win this game.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. The temptation to go for it probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
88 yards rushing for him now as he was just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory.
I don't know what this says about me, but I love successful runs up the middle when the blocking is so well executed like that.
And it doesn't matter whether it's zone blocking, whether it's a power scheme. When you have a blocker on a defender and the running back can read it, find the proper hole, and just go, sometimes a thing of beauty.
A gain of 3, second down. They've had some success here in overtime in this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you, and until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there available to them.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he goes down at the 26. A pickup of 13, and that last play began at the 13. First down. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Herbert with his first throw in OT. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Chargers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.